just don't know. People see me, but they just don't know. Come on, baby, let the good time roll.
So I've racked up about 1,500 coins. Let's open up this gold historic pack and see what we can get. And we're going to get Chris Bosh. Now speaking of Chris Bosh, the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls will open up the NBA season tonight. Now by the time you guys see this video, it will be last night as I'm recording this commentary on Tuesday afternoon. This will be going up on Wednesday afternoon, hopefully, if not at a later date. But anyway, the NBA season does start, and I am very, very excited. Now for me at this point last year, I was extremely excited for the NBA season. Now, as most of you guys know, baseball and basketball are my two favorite sports. And last season, my baseball team wasn't doing too well. The Boston Red Sox were coming off of a historically bad season. The first time they lost under 70 games, and as long as I can remember. And the Celtics were fresh off of an Eastern Conference 7-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Heat when we really took the Heat to the brink of their elimination. I apologize if I say we when I mention teams like the Celtics or the Red Sox. I have a tendency to do that, but I know that kind of irritates some people. I apologize. But anyway, the Celtics took the Heat to 7 games. They had reloaded with guys like Jason Terry and Courtney Lee. They re-signed guys like Jeff Green, Kevin Garnett, and it was really looking like they might be able to make another run towards the NBA Finals. Now, obviously, it did not end up that way. Rajon Rondo tore his ACL midway through the season. They went 41-40 to finish off the year and ended up losing to the Knicks in 6 games in the first round of the playoffs. So, it was a disappointing season. Now, this year, my baseball team, the Boston Red Sox, have been phenomenal. They're in the World Series. They're 1 game away from taking it all, and we'll see if they'll be able to do that. The Celtics, on the other hand, are in a rebuilding phase. They're not going to be contending this year, which is fine. I'm ready for a rebuild. It's been 3 years overdue, quite frankly. So I'm a little bit less excited than usual, but I'm very excited to see if the Heat will lose this year. A lot of people are talking about it's very hard to three-peat. A lot of teams get tired at this stage. Those guys have played a ton of minutes, making 3 straight finals, the Olympics in between with LeBron, and we'll see if it affects them. But I don't think it will. It's hard for me to pick against the Heat at this point. I think that there's no way you can pick against this team at this point. I mean, they just seem invincible at times. And I think you might see them slump a little bit in the regular season just because I think they're going to be a little bit more precautious this year. You're not going to see any 27-game win streaks. They're going to rest guys more and try to freshen themselves up for the playoffs. So they might not get the 1 seed. They might not win 66 games again. But we'll see what happens. Nonetheless, I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat this team. Now, I think teams could, but like I think, if the Pacers and the Bulls or the Spurs or, I don't know, any other team played them in 50 times, maybe they would win, 26 or 27 times, or, I don't know, anything could happen in an NBA playoff series. But it's just hard for me to pick against this team. I think you really can't pick against this team at this point. They have just been so good over the past couple of years. But they open up the season against the Chicago Bulls. That's going to be a very exciting game. I'm going to pick the Heat for that game. I don't know what the spreads are or anything, so I'm just going to pick straight up. And I do think that the Heat will take care of it. I know sometimes you can have that little hangover effect when you get your championship rings, but I don't think they'll be affected by that. I think that they will be ready, and I think they're going to take care of business at home. So anyway, the second game of the evening is going to be the LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers, and this is definitely a shift in basketball culture for LA. The Clippers right now are the dominant team in the West, at least in LA, I should say. They're kind of the upper echelon team in LA. They've taken over from the Lakers, kind of the stranglehold of LA basketball. And I think that the Clippers are also going to win tonight. I just think they're a more talented team. No Kobe for the Lakers, so you take a Lakers squad that might make the playoffs with a healthy Kobe, and you take Kobe off of them. That's a really bad squad with Xavier Henry and Wesley Johnson and Steve Nash's old body. And I just don't think it's going to be a very good evening for the Lakers. I don't think it's going to be a very good start for the Lakers. I don't think it's going to be a very good year for the Lakers. Clippers, on the other hand, have Doc Rivers at the helm now. They also added guys like J.J. Redick and Jared Dudley to go along with Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. So I think it's going to be a good team. I think the key for the Clippers this year is DeAndre Jordan making some sort of a leap along with Blake Griffin, because I really like J.J. Redick, Jared Dudley, and Jamal Crawford as role players. But I think that they could use an Emeka Okafor type if Okafor gets bought out at some point in February. They really need a backup center. I don't think DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin can finish games together as we sort of saw last year. But we'll see what happens. I have faith in Doc Rivers. I think he's a very good coach, and we'll see what he can do for that team. As he's taken over for Vinny Del Negro, a person that I thought is not a very good coach. So we'll see if that has an effect. But nonetheless, it should be a very good year for LA Clippers basketball. Charles Barkley picked them to win the West. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But it's going to be a great night of basketball. I believe there's also one more game. The Pacers play the Hawks maybe? I can't remember. I think there's one other game, but I could be wrong. I thought I saw the Pacers had a game. But Anyway, to recap, I'm picking the Heat and the Clippers tonight, see if the two teams can take care of business, and we'll see what happens. But get into this gameplay. I am up big right now, 67-50, and it's only the third quarter. I already have almost 70 points. It's been an offensive showdown. You see this guy's really starting to force passes at this point. I'm creating turnovers. I'm finishing in traffic. I had a lot of points in the paint this game. I think out of my total points, probably 80% of them were in the paint at the end of this game. I was really looking to get inside. He did not have any good big men, so I really thought I could dominate in the paint, especially with Chris Bosh in the team now, who can, catch it down low and finish around the rim, which is something that we really did not have up to this point. But there is a nice three-pointer from his man right there. I believe that might have been Corey Joseph. So it's a 73-59 ball game. He's given that one to Dennis Schroeder, and this guy had some weird idea that Dennis Schroeder could actually shoot the ball, which he's not a very good outside shooter, so he kept forcing the threes with him, and none of them really went down. But check out our field goal percentage, 74% in the third quarter, and we're into the fourth at this point. Al Harrington for three. He's going to knock that one down. He received some less minutes this game with Chris Bosh in the starting lineup, but we'll try to get him in the game still. He's a really good big man for us. Jonas Jerebko there for three. He knocks that one down. It's 80-68. He's hanging around right here, only down by 12. But here comes Chris Bosh on the break. And for some reason, he thought I was going to pass it, but I just went straight up with Bosh. I get the and one, and it's going to be an 82, now 83-71 ball game. But just bring the ball up, giving that one off to his man, and that is going to be a nice two-handed slam for my opponent right there, but we're still up by 10 points. Dennis Schroeder misses the free throw. I'm giving this one out to John Wall, looking for Otto Porter on the break for three, and Otto Porter, a very solid three-point shooter in this game, knocks that one down. Now I'm getting the steal right here. I'm under a minute and a half to go, and I can feel 100 points. I really wanted to get it. Darius Vasquez with a little fancy finger roll right there, making sure that does not get blocked. I'm at 94 right now. I only need 6 more to grab 100 points in a 6-minute My Team game. I think that'd be really cool. Rudy Gay and one helped me out right there. I'm going to make the free throw, and it's 97-77. Now it's 99. We're just 2 points away from 101. Rudy Gay pulls up, knocks it down, and we put up 100 points on this dude in My Team. And we're going to end up winning 102-77. We win by 25 points. And I'm not really sure if this guy was like a hacker or something, but his name was Too Much for One, and my name was One. So, I don't know. My name is actually like the Supersonics, so I don't know why it was One. Maybe it might have just been a glitch. Who knows? But nonetheless, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I'll leave you with the play of the game highlights as always, and I'm out. Peace.